ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein, and this is Vehicle Virgins. It is Friday, which means it is time to hit the Quail Lodge show to check out the new Bugatti unveiling. Let's roll. Quail is one of my favorite events for many reasons. One, the setting is absolutely gorgeous, seeing all the cars out on the golf course. Two, supercar and hypercar manufacturers always have crazy reveals during Quail. And three, they actually limit attendance using a lottery system for the tickets, so there's not too many people crowded around all the cars, so much so you can't even see anything. The traffic during Monterey Car Week is nuts. Yep, that is a Koenigsegg Agera RS being pulled over. The stuff you see during Monterey Car Week is ridiculous. You gotta love this. I'm just in the parking lot for Will Call, not even at the Quail show. And there's cars like a 720S and Largo sitting in the grass. This body kit is absolutely nuts. More absolutely insane parking lot finds, a LaFerrari Aperta. That color is spectacular. I believe that's actually the same triple layer yellow that my Speciale Aperta has. Just got into Quail. The amount of insane cars here is absolutely wild. Behind me is the Bentley EXP 100 GT that we saw previously in England. This thing is absolutely wild. Behind me is the car we've all been waiting to see, the new car from Bugatti, the Centodieci, which I have probably completely butchered the pronunciation, but it's meant to commemorate 110 years of Bugatti and at the same time bring back that legendary design of the EB110. For those of you who don't know, the EB110 was actually released on Ettore Bugatti's 110th birthday, hence the name EB110. But this is a new, extremely limited version of the Bugatti Chiron. They're only making 10 of these, and they cost $9 million a piece. So let's do a little walk around of the new Bugatti and see what makes it so special. As it is with most cars, when I saw the reveal pictures of the new Bugatti, I actually wasn't the biggest fan, particularly of the front end design. But in person, this car looks absolutely wild. So we can see some similarities between this and the EB110 in the front grille with the multiple layers. Look how thin those headlights are, and we have a much smaller horseshoe in the front end. Then come around to the side, we've got some of the coolest wheels. I absolutely love that design. And on the side here, we've got similar holes for air intakes for the massive 8-liter W16 engine, very reminiscent of the EB110. And in the back, this has got to be the coolest part of the Centodieci. Look at that quad exhaust that's vertically oriented, and these taillights are absolutely spectacular. Now, some performance figures for you. This car actually has 100 more horsepower and weighs 50 pounds less than the Chiron. 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2.4 seconds, 0 to 300 kilometers an hour, that's 186 miles an hour in just 13.1 seconds. That's half a second quicker than the Chiron. I will say, while I prefer the front end design of the Chiron, there are some really cool hidden aerodynamic elements of the Centodieci that I want to point out. So check out these unbelievably thin headlights. House a little vent for air to pass up and over the body. And then something I have never seen before, on the actual mirrors, air can pass through them to the other side and into the intakes here. Pretty wild that air actually flows around the side view mirrors. Interestingly, we don't have the C shape that's similar on the Bugatti Chiron, but that's to commemorate the EB110. The rear diffuser on this thing is absolutely insane. Look how flat and long each individual fin of the diffuser is. All right, guys, take your pick in the comment section below. Chiron or Centodieci? All right, I thought the Bugatti was the most wild thing at Quail. Look at this guy's outfit.
What up, brother? How you doing, dude?
What's up, dude? I'm doing great. Oh my god. You guys are in Golf livery. Is this another attempt to get a Ford GT?
It is. And if it doesn't, I'll tell you right now, if it doesn't happen this time, Ford's getting the cane.
So after checking out the Centodieci, we can now take a look at the original car off which it is based, the 1994 Bugatti EB110. What's so wild about this car is for 1994, it still had a V12 with 4 turbochargers. So check out some of the similarities in the design. We've got a similar lower front bumper section, and then if we come around the side, notice the similarities in the air vents for that giant V12. Absolutely gorgeous array of Ford GTs here. We've got a red one, a Heritage Golf livery, and then another Heritage Golf car. I am so pumped because my dad's car is supposed to be delivered sometime by the end of this year in this exact spec. Here's a car I have never seen before, a 2004 Lamborghini Murcielago GT1 race car. Check this thing out. That looks absolutely insane. I love the wheels. And check out this interior. Wow. The color on this 599 GTO is spectacular. Convertible 599. I have never seen one of these before. Novitec N Largo 812 Superfast. That is sick. I gotta say, in videos, I wasn't the biggest fan of the way the Novitec kit looked, but in person, it actually looks insane. And the craziest part about this car is, that's actually not a wrap, it's paint. And it's got a hilarious sticker on it. Hashtag not a wrap. Everywhere you turn, the cars are just insane. Here's a car I have never seen before, the 1997 McLaren F1 GTR Longtail. This is the car that started the entire lineup of modern day McLarens, the LT series. It was 25 inches longer than the normal F1 over there, and it finished 30 laps ahead of its competition in the GT1 class, securing it as one of the most legendary race cars of all time. It is actually so long, hence the name. Let's take a look at the inside. That amazing carbon center seat, manual transmission. That is unbelievable. That roof scoop though. White looks so good on the McLaren F1. I've been seeing this car driving all around Carmel and Monterey. The guy drives it like it's meant to be driven. Props to the owner. This might be my favorite McLaren of all time, the F1 LM. Check out how spectacular this car is, particularly the interior. The McLaren orange color fits this car so well. And then coming onto the inside, carbon fiber everywhere. The center seat actually kind of looks familiar. It looks a little bit like the new Senna seat. Beautiful manual transmission, V12 on the steering wheel. Wow. And look at the carbon fiber intake plenum from the roof scoop into the engine. Check this out, Hennessy Venom GT in crazy zebra camo. I actually heard from John that they got pulled over while driving this car. The cop was super chill and just wanted to check it out. But what I didn't realize is this is actually the test mule, the test mule for the Venom F5, the new car they are building. So the engine and transmission from that car is sitting inside the old body. Is it gonna be the first car to hit 300 miles an hour? I guess we'll find out. At the Pagani stand now, and the display is unbelievable. They've got one of my favorite cars of all time, the Zonda R, that was capable of running a Nürburgring time of 6 minutes and 47 seconds. But the look and the sound of this car is truly something else. Look how mean the aero of the front end is. That massive roof snorkel. Literally every ounce of this car is carbon fiber. And then to the left of it, we've got the first ever carbo titanium monocoque car, followed by Horacio Pagani's Zonda Barchetta that we saw at Goodwood Festival of Speed last year. This thing is absolutely breathtaking in all blue carbon. the blue carbon wheels, and the interior with plaid accents. Here's something I've never seen before, a beautiful GT2 RS, but it has a long tail mounted wing. I think it looks fantastic. What do you guys think? It extends further out the back, kind of overhangs, and I actually quite like these red wheels in the back. First time seeing the Wyra BC Roadster in person. This is absolutely breathtaking. Wow, look at the interior. I like the wooden shifter. That is cool. Racing harnesses. That engine is a work of art. Wow, look at this. Wait, who's that? What are you doing in my car?
Oh man, somebody had to do it. You're not old enough to drive.
You firing this thing up?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire it up.
Oh my gosh.
Cold start.
Cold start.
Ford GT Mark II. Fire in the hole.
That's pretty awesome. Inside of the Ford GT Mark II race car, this interior is absolutely wild. We got a 600 LT revving at the same time. This steering wheel is absolutely insane. The paddle actuation feels even better than on the road car. Look at the stripped out interior. Check this out, full exposed carbon EB110. Never seen one of these before, wow. Here we've got the latest release from Lamborghini, the SVJ63 Roadster. I'm in love with the color they spec this in. Wow, the all-carbon louvered engine bay cover looks absolutely incredible. I believe this might actually be the same color that I originally spec'd my SVJ Coupe in at Lamborghini Newport Beach. Kind of battleship gray, I love it. Pretty wild interior color combination though. Koenigsegg's for days in this corner of the Quail. All carbon Regera. Interior of the new Koenigsegg Jesko. The interior of this car is absolutely insane. One of the coolest parts about the Jesko is the tack and speedo location and orientation. So check this out. Take a look at the steering wheel. When have you seen a car where the instrument cluster is actually attached and fixed to the steering wheel? But the issue with that would be if you turned the steering wheel, so would the instrument cluster, but they fixed that using a self-leveling LCD display. As you turn the wheel, it stays level. That is wild. It's even got green ambient lighting. I am in love with this orange Regera spec. I have never seen a color combo like this on a hypercar before, and it just so happens to perfectly match Damon's outfit and that dude's hat. Wow, the interior too. We saw this car at the Formula E event, but it does not get old. The R8 LMS GT2, look at that gorgeous roof scoop with the yellow inside of it. Absolutely.
Roof scoop is amazing.
The only people to ever have a sword fight during the middle of Quail. What is going on, Amelia?
They're crossing swords.
Well guys, the Quail car show is over now. It is such a fantastic event with some of the coolest cars on the planet. I'm curious what you think about the new Bugatti. It's interesting to see what Bugatti is doing with all of the different variants to the Chiron. It almost reminds me of Pagani making a ton of different models, or in a way Lamborghini with their special edition variants like the Centenario. Right now we've got the Chiron Sport, the 110th anniversary edition, the Divo, the La Voiture Noire, and now the I can't even pronounce. And now the Centodieci. Are they making too many, and are they gonna start pissing off Bugatti customers with one-off cars that somebody who just bought a Chiron, spent $3 million on, no longer has the coolest Bugatti? I guess only time will tell. The Centenario passing by. Shout out to my buddy Travis, who I actually bought this 600 LT from. He works at Lamborghini Newport Beach and McLaren Newport Beach. He just hooked me up with a pass to the Lamborghini party tonight. Should be a ton of fun. Meeting up with our friends now, going for a little drive down to 17 Mile Drive. Speaking of Lambos. All right, let's see how much it costs to fill up a Reventon.
Trying to get to 69.
65 bucks. Yeah, come on, pack it in.
Still going.
We're trying to get there.
There's not too many cars during Monterey Car Week that make you stop and stare in awe because there's so much going on. There's so many crazy hypercars, but the Reventon is definitely one of them. Looking at this thing does not get old. The design is absolutely nuts. Check out the interior. These nuts. Oh man. They drove this all the way from LA up to Monterey. That's gotta be one wild road trip in a Reventon.
29.90.
Look at that, about to break over 3,000 miles. 29.90. Headed out to Ocean Avenue, somehow the two purple McLarens end up next to each other throughout the entire Monterey Car Week. Ah, the Reventon is too cool. Following behind Salamandrin's old F-150 Raptor. Those lights are crazy. Vanquish Zagato, that is gorgeous. So we pulled off at an overlook just to meet up with people, and we realized the Reventon is actually the perfect heater. It is freezing out right now. Nothing like a $2 million space heater. Plans have changed a bit, as they always do during Car Week. We are headed to the RM auction to watch the McLaren F1 LM go up for sale. Wyra Roadster going up for sale right now. Just sold for $2.5 million. That actually sounds kind of cheap. Guys, the coolest car at Monterey Car Week is about to go up for sale. The McLaren F1 LM.
Special operations.
Oh my God.
Simply put,
Look at
the
that.
finest imaginable iteration. With Ford, $17 million now. There is at 17, at 17 million. And you found Shelby.
$18 million. So the auction is over. We are in the parking lot at the Portola Hotel. The cars here are insane. We've got a TDF there, an Aventador SV right here, F50 over there. Then the Reventon parked next to the 600, parked next to a 458, parked next to an F50, parked next to a Pista. Oh my God. Ocean Avenue is too lit right now. There are cops everywhere. Oh my God. What's up? Well guys, today was absolutely insane. We're gonna go on a little drive with friends, so I'm gonna turn the camera off now. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.